All right, boys and girls, we're back. This time we're going to be simplifying square roots. Hopefully you're checking your answers from the days before with the pictures that I'm putting on. That shows the answers and it gives the explanation, and you can zoom in and get the explanation. So here we go. Square root of 288. If you remember a couple weeks ago, we said we were going to start doing these more. Well, here we are. 288. So what we want to do is we want to take 288 and we want to find its common, or its factors, really, not even common factors. So this is 1 times 288, and we're looking for the biggest perfect square. Well, 288, not perfect. If it was, we wouldn't be doing this. How about 2 times 144? Now, I see that 144 is a perfect square, and it's big. In fact, it doesn't get any better than this. So that is what we're going to use. So 288 is actually the square root of 144 times the square root of 2. The square root of 144 is 12. Square roots of 2, that's our answer. And if we go down, that answer is D. Okay? So we go to number 2. 600, we're doing the same thing. We're going to take 600 and we're going to break it down, and we're going to try and get the biggest perfect square we can find. So it's 1 times 600. 600 is not perfect. The 1's not perfect. Well, 1 is perfect. 2 times 300. No, 300 is not a perfect square. 3 times 200. Oh, 200 is not perfect. 4 times 150. Now I noticed that 4 is a perfect square, but 4 is not real big. Okay, so maybe there's one a little bit bigger than 4. 150 is not. So let's try 5. 5 and 120. 5 isn't, 120 is not. So let's go to 6 and 100. Okay, now I notice that 100 is a perfect square. None of the other factors bigger than that were perfect squares. So we're going to use 100 and 6. So this is going to be the square root of 100 times the square root of 6. The square root of 100 is 10. So that's going to be 10 times the square root of 6. And if I go over to my answers, now notice how they try to trick you. Remember when we did 100 times 6? Look at what they tried to do with A. 100 times the square root of 6. But we're smarter than that. We already figured out the answer. It's C. Now, going over here to number 3. This is a little weird, okay? 141 times x. They're not giving us a number. The way that we have to do this is we're going to take 141 and we're going to break that down. And 141 is 1 times 141, okay? And it is 3 times 47. And that's it. So what we want to do is when we come here to look at these numbers over here on the left-hand side, our answers, we're looking for ones that have factors, either 141, 47, or 3. We don't worry about 1 because they all have a factor of 1. So let's do these. 13 is just 1 times 13. So that's no. 122 is 1 times 122, 2 times 61. Doesn't go any further than that. Those aren't any of these 3 numbers. So 122 is not going to work. Next, 46. That's 1 times 46, 2 times 23. Are any of those, any of these? Nope, not going to be that answer. So we've eliminated A, B, and C. So we're pretty sure it's going to be D. But let's just see to make sure. 39 is 1 times 39, 3 times 13. Well, let's look up. Ding, ding, ding. 3. 3. And that's why 141x can be broken down if we're using the number 39, which is D. Okay? So what you guys got to do, same thing you did yesterday. In the Simplify Square Roots part of the packet, you're going to finish up. You're going to do 4 through 10. You're going to take a picture, email me your answers, however you need to do it, but I need to see that you did the problems, okay? And your daily quote of the day, smiling is contagious. So be kind to others, wash your hands, save a life.